heard already from the production that we are ready to go for our first game. Here we go. Grand Finals of the Valorant Pacific Open for the Philippines. It's going to be ANBU versus MOTV. Wanted to get a quick rundown of their names, but for the moment, we have begun the games.
All right.
Yeah.
So we got RJ on Raze, Jip on Sage, and we have a Brimstone, Cypher, and Phoenix as well for the side of ANBU. And MOTV, they are running a Reyna, Breach, Brimstone, Sage, and Cypher as well. So we got some pretty standard meta compositions here. Again, we expected someone like Cypher to show up, someone like Sage to show up. And of course, for the side of MOTV, I think it's fair to say that they have a bit more explosion capability, for the lack of a better word there. Okay.
All right, so they're just going to go in onto the site right now. Explode is definitely the word here today, Paco, or rather Vimino, as now they're just pouring in onto the B side. Shidope, though, of course, the crowning glory of ANBU. We'll see how he's able to defend that side. He is soloing here right now onto the B. Bomb has not been planted yet, though, or rather Spike has not been planted as it was dropped immediately. Cypher coming in from MOTV, going to go up onto B Heaven as he tries to rotate back, but this is a 3 versus 1 scenario. Jip is here on Raptors, and if AU cannot find that angle as he peeks right out here of Heaven, that is a quick shutdown, and first round will be taken by the defenders. ANBU starting us off strong.
That was a really quick first round. Again, very textbook yung ginawa nila dun. Textbook post plan. 3v1, they just have to exploit that advantage. Very, very standard first round. Pistol round. Again, anything can go at this point in time. Pistol round, you know, it can really go either way. But again, winning on attack pistol round here in Split is a very big thing. Right? But very good defense coming there from ANBU.
Looking at this, it seems like hindi magpapapush over ngayon MOTV. Going in onto the second round already, they actually force bot, and a lot of you know teams outside of this don't actually go for that force buy, but I like this. So this is like an anti-eco round for them. They're going to try to go and catch their opponents off guard. You got a couple of Spectres, you got a couple of Sheriffs, and they're going to try to get for that mid-control as Cypher is going to be pushing up right here, but there's nobody close in sight. But that's where the Sheriff can go for. Mid-range, it is king. Get those couple of headshots, start to go in onto the site, and bing, bada bam, bada boom, you get yourself a free sight. But Shidope is onto the defense here on Connector. So we'll see how good he is at defending this particular angle.
Now, they are anticipating a B execution here. They did go 3B Heaven, which is a very interesting choice. Not a bad choice by any means, right? They are going for mid-control here, and it seems like the Spike is going to B Heaven. They might go for a B execution, or they could rotate to defense, and they are running into B site. Sage gets a pick, and of course, Cypher is left to his own devices. Tony Banks.
Okay,
Banks gets the job done.
Still not done. AU does have the Cypher there, but yeah, just another quick cleanup. You know, just adding a little bit of words there. ANBU just able to get a pretty nice defense once again. Let's see, they were actually all on site, but look at Tony Banks and RJ just connecting all the shots. Craigies, he was looking right there onto Heaven, but well, to no avail, he did not readjust his aim right on time. So maybe it's time to stop going on to B. The Cypher defense of Tony Banks there, a bit too good.
Perhaps they could go for a rush A at this point. Or perhaps, again, mid-control. They did fine with the mid-control, but they were a bit paralyzed in the process of actually executing this site. They really have to utilize the breach execution kit here, the initiation.
They are pretty sure they're just on the classic, or maybe a couple of ghosts right now for our attackers here, Vimino. So
yeah.
Probably, oh no, the grenades being tossed, the power of the Raze when you have the ability to know where the range is. Okay, Shidope is like, I'm gonna just push right in here and nothing's gonna happen. Craigies with the double headshot on that ghost. You hate to see it, but it happens, you know, every so often.
Right. They did force by the second round, so again, they are on the safe. But getting a lot of value from that ghost. Again, the ghost is extremely lethal.
And this is the beauty of Valorant, right? Even though you're on those pistols, they can still do so much impact. But at the end of the day, a good crossfire there from RJ and teammate, able to clean out the round. Not the cleanest, but anyways, able to at least wrap that up pretty nicely. Coming into the fourth round, we do see MOTV buying up now with their rifles and even, I believe, a sniper for Shido.
Yeah, there's going to be 2 operators, one on either side.
Yeah. We're just looking at the highlights here real quick. This is it. This is the one. The fact that they didn't get RJ on that one was just like, yeah, it's not going to happen because the crossfire was just too damn good. And now we'll see. Positioning-wise is more of a little bit of a spread here for both MOTV. And now, you know, ANBU is starting to dominate. What do they have to do to keep dominating this now that their opponent has, you know, the buy phase? Or they were able to buy
this is pretty much going to be indicative of how the next round they play out, right?
Yeah.
This is going to be a big round for MOTV. They have to secure a pick, perhaps limit the line of opportunity here with their opponent. Beautiful pick there in mid, rather.
Yeah, so we do see the Aftershock being used already by the Breach. They're clearing out onto the ropes area here. They're still getting that a lot of that mid control nga naman para dito sa MOTV for the moment. I do like that they're just kind of testing the waters out, looking for some picks here. But Slim Chio, this man, the man from Cebu, this guy's a legend in his own right, but he's not gonna know that there's gonna be a big plan from Tony Banks. The big brain on this Cypher from ANBU is exuding, my guys. And now that he has his Cyber Cage and traps, he can defend this for a very long time, and now the rotation has come up. But the big thing is, this is still 4 players for MOTV. 3 people go straight onto the B garage to get that spike up. And oh my goodness, Craigies is going to be going in a mano-a-mano operator match against Kaja, who is here up onto heaven, trying to stop them out. This is a 1v3. Where he has to pick this off. He does not have his orbital strike to stop the bomb or the spike being planted down, and he has to pick these, you know, close corners with an operator. Not a simple task. It's doable. Maybe he can hit the shot, but Mikozu punishes him as he peeks around from CT.
Interesting that they went for the B execute there, because Tony Banks is really, really good on locking down that B side. Kitang-kita niya yung one-way Cypher Cage.
Yeah.
Sobrang lakas na at sobrang hirap pasukan ng Cypher Cage na one-way sa B main. Pero nagawa nila.
I'm not sure even sure kung ano nangyari doon, where Tony Banks was able to deny the...
Again, he did the patience play.
Yeah.
Na-backstab si Slim Chio. And then he was able to execute proper defense there using the Cypher Cage one.
It happens. Like, you still have to check your corners.
Right?
Yeah. Yan talaga yun eh. I mean, it's indicative of like, Simchio had the information na clear na ang B, but B garage was not entirely clear. So it happens. Tony Banks, you just gotta give it to him. He's a sneaky, sneaky little boy. And for the most part, nakikita pa rin natin MOTV is really forcing themselves to go more onto B, which I'm also kind of interested as to why. Robocop, though, is setting up the orbital strike. He is ready to rain down some hell from above. Well, he did decide otherwise. Does smoke up on here on ropes. They're going to be molotoving it or mollying it, as well as Mikozu is starting to look right here onto connector, onto B heaven. Nobody is right then and there to embrace him. But on the corner, if they do push up, there is going to be the raise. There's the orbital strike. You do see a nice hot hands from the Phoenix. All right, I like this one from Shido. He is kind of like stopping them in their tracks as they try to push it onto the side. AU will get flashed out, but he does go 180 to stop that one. But look at the flanks coming in here from ANBU as they stop them. Tony Banks once again, 1-2 kills. Mikozu down onto the side, but I believe he was maybe hit by the camera there, but they know where his angle is, and the attackers still actually win all of that one as Slim Chio was able to sneak his way onto the site and finish them off. So MOTV not
you
being
see
pushovers.
like a momentum shift here, right?
Yeah.
This is how Valorant plays out. Azuray, hindi porke nanalo sila ng 3 rounds sa umpisa, right? Ibig sabihin mag-snowball din. No.
Yeah.
Momentum shifts happen very, very often in Valorant. Especially pag naka-full buy na both teams. And now, look at this. ANBU is now forced to go on save. Right? So this could be a bonus round for MOTV.
Yeah.
Depending on how they play it out.
I just wanted to add in, parang may pagka-weak mindset ako eh, na if it doesn't work on B, you immediately go for A. But MOTV's like,
They're very persistent.
yeah, they want to figure out
Right.
on how to win that site. They just want to be able to crack the code.
Hindi naman ibig sabihin kailangan mag-switch ka na ng side. You just have to change the way you played it.
Exactly, and they changed it in the span of just 3 rounds, which is incredible for them. Now, being on just the pistols here for ANBU, they do have a couple of shorties, a couple of Frenzy, and a Sheriff to boot as well. So close quarter combat is where they want to be playing in. So you can see here, Kaja already right there. AU went for the 180, still lost, but the refrag is there. They lost a very expensive weapon for the side of MOTV, but now they know that ANBU has bought the expensive pistols to fight out this round. Big use of the ultimate right there, Aftershock from the breach here from MOTV as they rack up onto B Heaven. Once again coming in onto the side. Who's going to be defending it? Nobody, because Slim Chio is stopping them and he is just mowing them down with that Spectre.
Again, very, very difficult round to win for ANBU. All they have to do right now is to take out as many as they can, try to make a dent in the economy of MOTV.
Yeah.
Again, this is a save round, right? This is a pretty much a bonus round for MOTV. So it was pretty big that they were able to take out at least one, and they lost that Vandal right there.
I guess it's fine. You know, it's still, in the end of the day, economy is important, but obviously rounds
Yeah,
are
of
more
course. Of course.
are the most important
Why?
thing.
Pag naka-max out ka ng pera, pero umabot ng 13 yung score,
Yeah.
saan mo gagastos?
You know, I have to be honest, hindi ko pa ganun kagamay ang economy ng Valorant. You know, coming from
Okay.
other tactical
Very,
shooters.
very simple to keep in mind. If
Yeah.
you lose a round, you get 1-9 credits.
Oh yeah, that one I still understand. I was looking at Viminal. He pointed right at the screen. I thought it was gonna be
Couldn't
over.
believe my eyes.
They picked up the Vandal and they just made it an expensive round for MOTV.
Okay. So we were talking about how it's going to be a
Ouch.
bonus round, right?
Yeah.
And I could not be proven wrong more than that.
Okay, let's just look at this. I have no words for how that happened. RJ, okay, 1, 2, 3. RJ's not stopping at all, and he even gets almost the 4th, but Craigies whips out the classic, and that gun is, well, I wouldn't say phenomenal, but it's a love and hate relationship with that gun. In any case, that was such an expensive one. Can we see the buys here for MOTV real quick, if ever? Just want to see their weapons. Oh, Slim Chi is waiting for the angle here. Oh, he got flashed out. Who's going to be the victor on that one? Craigies has to just going to go peek a little bit on Market, and Kaja penetrates him with the operator. Slim Chi is going to be going right here to challenge them up, but ANBU says, we got this locked down, lock and loaded onto B Garage, and Kaja gets another one. He's not stopping at all, and this has started to go from bad to worse from MOTV, from that kerfuffle, for that bamboozle that happened on the pistol round for ANBU. And now coming to this one, it's all changed. But a little bit of a breath of fresh air. Robocop has the spike going in onto the site, but he does not have the information on where the other members of ANBU are, so he has to be very careful. He's going for the safe route, going onto A Heaven. Yes, this is good. They can hear the ziggle-zaggle of the ropes right there, so he knows somebody is in that particular angle.
He's in dire straits, however.
He gets popped out. He has to go for that flick 90-degree, but he cannot win against Tony Banks.
Okay.
And back to the drawing board for MOTV.
Back to the drawing board for MOTV. Okay. Kasi mid-game na.
Yeah.
And this is the point in time na nag-a-adjust na yung mga teams. Nagbabasahan sila. Okay? So kailangan nilang palitan yung strategy nila ngayon. Di pa rin paulit-ulit lang yung ginagawa nila. Nakita natin nag-rotate si Tony Banks from B to A. Right? So
Yeah.
ganun yung ginagawa ng mga teams, lalo na pag mid-game. You try to read your opponent and try to one-up them, right? You can't just keep going all in on one side, keep doing the same thing over and over again, trying to outshoot them.
But even if, as we talk about that, you can see yung positioning ngayon ng MOTV is more situated to go for that B side once again, for that
Going for that
mid-control.
mid-control.
Yeah. But it means this is fine.
Not a bad thing in split.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Like we were talking about how important mid-control definitely is. So the big thing about this one is, can they shut down any mid-defenders? Okay, so that's a really good start. They got to take down onto Raja. There is, or rather onto Kaja, there is, of course, this, Sage with the revive, but she is in no position to get that because everybody is right on top of his body. MOTV is just rushing it on through Strido. He has to, control the pace of this B Heaven right now with that firewall. All right, Craigies is going to be able to revive his own teammate. This is good. This is good. MOTV still not out of this just yet, but they were stopped in their tracks to go up to B. Now, looking back into that, they're still not done with this one. Slim Chio does have the Spectre here, but he has to get a little bit closer, a little bit deeper onto the side before he can start making his magic work. Tony Banks is looking onto A with a couple of his Spectre, and AU misses a straight-up operating shot onto Shido. I don't know what happened there.
Things
but it
are
doesn't
looking
work.
pretty damn good for
Yeah.
MOTV right now.
It is, definitely. Tony Banks, oh my goodness, he is just like mowing them down, but finally Slim Chio as well as Craigies was able to stop the bleeding, to stem the pain that was happening from this being caused by ANBU. And now looking back into it, yeah, let's just take a quick highlights. I like this positioning of the camera from Tony Banks. They knew AU just missed a really quick easy shot right there that really costed them a little bit, but Craigies as well as Slim Chio, the connection is real between these two. Coming in from left, Slim Chio, coming in from right, Craigies, and they get the B site. Lock and loaded, and at least they get this back forward for Viminal.
Now, looking at the economy, pretty much there is no economic disparity between both teams right now, with the scoreboard slightly in favor of ANBU. But again, guys, you have to think that Split is still arguably a more defensive-sided map, and they do have a Cypher. So they shouldn't... I think they need as many rounds as they can get here. What do you think? Right? They need as many rounds as they can in the first half, especially because they are probably a sort of defense-sided team, I guess you could say.
Yeah, for the composition of ANBU.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with there, but it's kind of like very similar comps. They do at least have like a pretty balanced comp for the start of this. Anyways, we're just gonna be looking at this right now. They're gonna be pushing in. RJ does pin down Mikozu with his paint shells. They're gonna be rushing in on here, back onto the B site. Wait, hold on. Look at the spike. It's going in onto the ropes. I like this one. They're gonna be seeing that big wall barrier being put up by the opponent's stage from ANBU. But the good thing about this is they still have 30 seconds on the clock. They can rotate out if they can. No cameras yet here for Tony Banks on B because he put it all on A as well as his traps, I believe. We're just waiting right now. In about maybe 5 seconds, they need to explode onto the side because they have to
commit
clear
here.
out.
There's only 20 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go, AU. He's going to be, of course, he's Sacrificial Lamb. He spots the one out. Beautiful transition. Has to go for the second one. The cross is not clear. Jim comes in from up top on Heaven and stops him down. 10 seconds onto the clock. They have to plant. They have to plant this spike right now, guys. Craigies, okay, ito na. He's going to be able to punch it down.
He has enough time.
There's somebody on Heaven. Kaja is coming down from Heaven to rain some pain from above, but Craigies once again wins that operator duel, and Craigies is showing his worth as the op man for MOTV, claiming that 9th round, 5th point for MOTV.
That was such an intense round, my man. Like, okay guys, you only need 4 seconds to plant the bomb.
Yeah.
So many new players, especially to the game of Valorant, they think na, okay, wala nang oras, I might as well just save or what. But you only need 4 seconds, guys, to plant the bomb.
We've had so many opportunities where just, finishing off your opponents or planting the bomb, 5 seconds left on the clock.
1 second can truly make a difference in a match.
True.
In a round of Valorant.
Very, very true, Viminal. You see one guy there, Shido, I believe, was just hopping right in onto the connector. There's somebody aggro pushing onto A long here, and the info has been taken. MOTV are once again looking for that B play, but not all the information has been gathered. But look at this flank coming in from Kaja. This guy right here, big brain plays, but now he's gonna be the timing.
The timing, dude. Craigies,
The game sense.
this guy is just on a different level, man. So far,
I have
from
no
what
words.
we've seen,
Yeah,
Craigies is doing work.
yeah. I mean, I'm just like that. The timing right there. I mean, at some point you're gonna say, "What?" You're gonna type it on the chat. WT what?
Okay, they are going for mid control.
Are going to be going for a double stack from both of the duelists here for ANBU. But of course, there's going to be the flashpoint. Going to have to clear them off onto Heaven here. They spot out Shido. He has nothing to say in that matter. But look at this one. Tony Banks coming in from the side as well. Gets spotted out. Craigies once again with the operator. Okay, he's not, he hasn't lost his luster at all, guys. Jip coming in from the top side with the frenzy. He's looking for these proper angles right here. Spots out the one. Could get the Vandal, but he's afraid. He gets spotted out. And what can he do against the rifles at that range? Not really much. Gets taken out. And MOTV are starting to run away with this first half.
Right? We are 10 rounds in the first half. 4-6 in favor of MOTV. Again, still anybody's game. Lalo na kung maging 6-6 in first half. Pero
Yeah.
again, I'd like to commend the persistence of MOTV here. They go mid control and then mid to B, or I don't think they've ever seen. We've ever seen an A execute.
Feel ko
for this
magkakaroon
match.
tayo ng ano eh. I mean, there was one when
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
RoboCop had to try to
But
clutch,
like,
but
they
yeah,
never like rush aside.
exactly.
right?
No strats to actually go for A.
right?
Yeah,
Mid control is the name of the game in terms of strategy for MOTV, and it's clearly
I have
working for
retrieved
them.
the
They may have had a rough start, but you know the
Yeah.
score doesn't lie.
I feel like para nagkaroon tayo ng meme para sa MOTV, nilagay sa strategies for MOTV. Guys, rush B. Second strat, rush B. Third strat, we might want to try A. But then fourth strat, no. That we were kidding. Just
Right.
go rush B again. Any case, going back into our 11th round. So we need 2 more rounds to clear out the first half here. And once we get into the first half, of course, mag-swap na sila ng kanilang sides. For those who are just, don't know how Valorant works in terms of the rounds, that's how it goes. After 12 rounds, you swap out the sides. Attackers become defenders, and defenders become attackers. Now, okay, in this one, Viminal, we do see a lot more control again onto this mid. And I'm starting to see why they want to go B. Because I feel like B right now, just looking at it, feels like an easier execute for how they kind of play this out.
Now they're gathering intel, right?
Yeah.
They see B heavily stacked on defense, 3B and 2A. Of course, they're gonna try to go A, right? And this is a very smart play from MOTV.
Okay, they're just going to explode onto the side here. Jip has it. He actually stops AU in his tracks. They are pouring outside right now, going on to long. Jip does not have the operator here, guys. Only has the Phantom, but in this range, maybe he can make it work. Gets spotted out, beautifully done, but that was immediately refragged by Craigies as they're going to be, pouring in onto the A site. Now, onto the top side. Mikozu was there for a big flank, but he was spotted out by RJ. RJ just so good with the frags right now, and they did not have enough time to plant that spike, get slapped in the face, and defenders win. The one time MOTV goes to A.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's what worked out well for ANBU. They changed their defensive strategy. They stacked backside of B, and they gave up Heaven and mid. Kasi sobrang hirap i-maintain ng mid defense. You have Reyna, Breach, right, on MOTV side.
Yeah.
And then Brimstone to block off line of sight, tapos may Cypher Cage pa. And then you have intel from Cypher on MOTV to know what angle you're holding. Right? So I think it's super smart for them to just hold backside and just retake together as 5.
That's true. And
That's what we did. That's what we've seen. Yeah.
Oh, the run it back. He does get spotted out. He has some information. Shidope now knows that there's only one outside of B Garage for the moment. But now, MOTV back to the drawing board. What do? It didn't seem too good for us because that big wall right there. We only broke the one piece of the 4-piece wall. When you're gonna go for a 4-piece chicken, you eat everything. You just don't eat one and then you leave 3 to block whatever. You have to eat everything. It seems like in terms of eating, it's gonna be Shidope, devouring Craigies there with the Phantom, as now they're just gonna be pouring once again, pushing onto the side here. Tony Banks does get close in the process, but RoboCop, okay, a little bit of heartbeat for this man right here. Drops out the Cypher Cage. AU has to go and start planting this spike right now in a 2v2 situation with ANBU still having their orbital strike activated already. Bomb, or rather, spike has not yet been planted. They're looking up onto heaven. They know what is up. Spots out the man, baits out the shot. Has to go and look through hell. Doesn't know that somebody's right there. He was looking towards CT. And now, with 5 HP on AU, this is going to be cheeky. Does get the one. Okay, 2v1 situation. RJ, can he clutch it? No! RoboCop denies him onto the spot with 12 HP and 5 on AU. That was a moment for MOTV. And now we go for the swap.
Now, undeniably, the MVP in that previous round was RoboCop, right?
Yeah.
Again, misconception, guys, na pag nag-orbital strike ka, kailangan may patayin ka. No, you create space and force the enemy to reposition, and that's what they did. They had 20 seconds to plant the spike, and they were able to do that, planting at default. And his aim was just on point that round.
I definitely agree. Didn't really see how RoboCop was able to win against RJ there, but to be able to fight RJ and still win, and you saw how good RJ is, right? It's still something, and he's the top fragger for ANBU.
Again, these are all top tier players.
Yeah.
All
right,
so
guys.
It's definitely no small feat. Okay, I want to see if they're going for the same mid control execution.
Yeah, since ANBU now is going to be on the attacking side. So just wanted to point out a little bit, since the spectator of Valorant is still in its development process or progress, you can see that we actually added some overlays for you on the top so that the colors might be a little bit confusing, but just follow the names of the team. So ANBU will be our red side right now, and MOTV will be the ones on blue. So blue is defending, and red is the one to be attacking here.
And
yes.
There we go. Looks like they are going for the mid control strategy, but it's going to be mid to sewer. Okay. Again, another very common rotation that definitely works. We are going to see probably Raze on entry. Are they faking a sewer rotation here?
I'm not 100% sure on this one, Viminal. I haven't really seen how many smokes they did pop out, but now all the smokes are being popped out here. They might actually force and fake a plantation onto B, as the spike is actually going to go in onto Hay. No, they're actually going to go and bamboozle them straight up onto the ropes. They saw that the Sage was actually onto A side already and used her wall onto A long rather than on ropes, and this allows them to push in onto the side. Beautifully executed. Still, there is a defender onto that side. Not anymore. 4 versus 4 and 12 seconds onto the clock. The spike will get planted down, but it's now the members of ANBU pinned here in A side. So this is going to be MOTV's time to shine if they can pin them down and just collapse onto them right here, right now. Maybe, just maybe, they can do this. ANBU still with 1 man remaining. Mikozu is here onto the... he's going to try to get that one, but it seems like the attackers won. MOTV was able to clutch that out for themselves.
Now what we saw there was actually really good post-plant for MOTV.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm kind of a little bit confused. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, it is MOTV that got that wrong.
So what they did there in that post plant was that they didn't reposition outside away from sight. In fact, they used the Sage wall instead, the barrier orb, to reposition and of course defend the site better. Now, the problem is, in that specific situation, they wouldn't have time to rotate out and take different angles because they were already retaking as before. Anyway, we go again.
Yeah, to the next one. Okay, so I think... Oh, sorry, I'm Viminal. I'm just trying to make sure. All right, so it seems like the red ones right now are ANBU, and then the blue ones are MOTV.
Right.
Just making sure that I think we have to fix that later on. We swapped.
Yeah. And now MOTV is on the defense.
I apologize for that one, guys. But yeah, it's I believe ANBU that won the attack there.
Yes.
Yes. All right, that's why it's 6-7. There you go. Awesome sauce. All right, so right now we are looking at ANBU positioning themselves for A. That is the Cypher Trap of the attacking side here. They're going to be going straight up onto the A side. Slim Chio is here up onto Heaven, but we're seeing a real quick transition. Okay, we're just going to stop them out in their tracks for just a smidge there as Shido is coming straight down RJ on Slim Chio. You're going to try to rotate, but you got to check them corners, man. It happened twice already, and Slim Chio is at the receiving end of that pain train wall. Robocop gets 2 kills pretty straight up from him, and look at that one. Craigies gets that thrifty win, and MOTV get themselves that slick 8-point.
Actually, I really like to point out how interesting they play out these first and second rounds of the half. Like these pistol rounds, they play extremely aggressive. They try to retake together as a group, and they don't really hold different angles or hold or anchor different sites. They just go ahead, full on commit to defending a particular site, and I think that really works out well.
So now, we're kind of seeing. I mean, that was just really good rotations,
Right.
How do you beat that one? Or there we go. How do you beat that one for ANBU here? That they're now going to be on the attacking side, where it seems like MOTV's got everything locked down and loaded.
All right.
What do you feel like? What you would do in this situation? We can't figure out what you have to do. I'll ask that later for you, Viminal, because it seems like they're just gonna go rush in onto the side here. There's no holds barred already, no nonsense at all for ANBU as they try to, just kind of rush in onto the site. They're just gonna go aggressive as hard as you can, But they still lose 3 in the process, with Kaja limping down to 16 HP. He's going to try to rotate back onto A, and maybe if he runs through there, he could at least get the spike to plant.
does he just save the gun here?
I think just get the bomb plant or the spike planted down.
Right. Again, not a bad play. He
Oh,
can get
10
wall
HP.
back behind blue.
It's fine. He's the hero that we need, but don't deserve.
Oh, my bad. He doesn't have. He's on a go. Go ahead. Go for the plant.
He wanted to use the orbital strike there, but I think he decided otherwise. Just use it for next round.
Save that orbital strike.
Yeah.
Definitely for the next round. But he did get the spike plant. Not a bad eco right there.
Okay, so we're kind of a little bit bamboozled on how this is happening. But again, guys, just for both of our sakes and for the viewers' sake,
is on the defending side. To avoid confusion, guys, MOTV is now on the
blue
defending
marker.
side.
Yeah,
right?
you see that blue marker color
And
right
ANBU is on the attack.
Yeah. Okay, at this point, Vimino, when you're 9-6 and you're kind of out of options on what to happen there. Granted, that was a pistol round for ANBU. Exactly.
So anything could still go.
Okay.
You know, they do have an operator on the operator. This could prove very well. I would assume he would try to pick off vents, perhaps. But again, MOTV knows that, and they're not gonna try to get picked off in vents. They're probably gonna maintain control of B heaven, probably give off mid.
So here's something I'm also kind of intrigued about. We've seen Shidope in a different team before, I believe, where he was also the aggressive Sage player, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And he always goes for that Sage with the operator, but now they've kind of relegated the op to Kaja at this point. So I'm kind of curious as to why that was, or is just Shidope really a better entry fragger? That's why he's on this Phoenix. I'm not sure.
Now, again, of course, competitive teams change their roles pretty much all the time. And again, you know, this is very early in the state of the game, and we could see role swaps very often.
Speaking of swapping, it seems like ANBU is going to be looking towards to pointing themselves onto A. All right, there's a 3-man stack already. Couple of that ice wall. They can hear the footsteps. You know, the footsteps in Valorant, very big in terms of the sound radius. And they spot out the one, another big one right there in front of RoboCop, and he just gets blocked out while not. Before he gets one kill, and they still go for B. I love this one. This is the 200 IQ plays. You go for A, and you go straight to ropes to go to B, and you get the bomb plant or the spike planted down. And RJ, he's trying to control onto CT there, but this plan, on paper, it looks good, but in terms of the shooting gallery that is just in front of MOTV, it's all there. They clutch it out. Even as that was such a good execute from ANBU, the defense was not, or the defense as they planted the spike was not as good.
Things are looking very good for MOTV right now. Momentum in their favor. Now, ANBU really needs to switch things around. Perhaps try to get a pick before executing a site here. Because they are just being completely stopped in their tracks by MOTV and their defensive efforts.
That is so true. But it works so well. At one point, though, I think the cheeky off angles for MOTV are working. Like, RoboCop wasn't supposed to be right there in front of them, you know, exposing himself in the entrance of ropes in vents, but he did it and it worked out well. And then they weren't even able to refrag it against him. So at some point, even though exactly, you're right. Even if they can't, even if they got the site, they didn't get the man trade for that, and the numbers advantage still overwhelming for MOTV here. Now we are seeing Craigies. Maybe is solo defending A.
On a save round right now. They're on a pistol round right now. So
thanks
this
for the
could
point
be
on that
a bonus round for MOTV
You
once
will
again.
not kill my
I have to see how they kind of work this out, though. I believe they were able to shut down 2 of the members of MOTV there and pick up a couple of the rifles. So even though this is a save round, this was an explosive save round for ANBU, and they are slowly creeping up, gets himself a couple of utility with their weapons. RJ's positioning here, though, for ANBU, he's looking for some stragglers, and the defense, it's a 1-1-1 split.
Sobrang dami pa nilang oras. They can even rotate the A for one. Get a pick off B, and I think this is their time to commit. Kailangan nila mag-commit ngayon. 30 seconds on the clock, and I think we are going to see the spike plant here.
I will tell you something later. If ANBU wins this particular round here, AU misses a shot. The timing on that one could not have been worse. But at least he still survives. Gives his doesn't give his life off, but there's one coming out. He's gonna be trying to trade it, and RJ does it. Okay, may I?
Sure.
Okay, so you saw that there was the ice wall there, you know, being planted down by, I believe, Craigies. Yeah, the barrier. Right there in front of Mikozu as he was getting eviscerated by the members of ANBU. So there was actually a gap where RJ was able to sneak up onto the stairs on B, and I'm not sure if that was intentional.
Like a intentional pixel peek right there?
Yeah, so he could go through the gap and push through stairs, and because they heard that there was a wall up on B Heaven, they thought that it was blocked off and nobody could push there.
Right.
So you saw that RJ was able to push up and just catch them off guard. Like two of them weren't even looking at stairs for like a good 20 seconds.
Right.
So I'm not sure if that was intentional,
I mean,
but that was so big
really
range.
cheeky with those barriers. Man.
Yeah.
And we've seen that time and time again, and that definitely worked out well for him. Now, Kaja with that wall man, and we'll see what execution they will try for here.
They already lose MOTV's Sage, so no Resurrect, no heals, and again...
That's going to be really big, a really big pick.
Yeah. Because aside from the heals, you know, the ability of zone control.
Again, Resurrection is online, but denied because Sage got picked off early on in the round.
How is this going to pan out? Viminal, it seems like they're going to push in, and Shido, even as he was dazed, connects a headshot onto Slim Chio. You just got to give this man a lot of props because he is just unstoppable when he tries to go for those entry frags. And entry fraggers are the true heroes for the attacking side. And speaking of attacking, seems like ANBU have found themselves a little bit of that formula, only leaving RoboCop to his devices. And I don't know if RoboCop can handle this. He's going to be sneaked up here onto Heaven. It is a 2v1 situation. Ooh! 5 HP to remain. He almost lined it up. Jip just kind of peeked out, and he got the kill. It could have gone either way.
I mean, they played together. They played together, right?
Yeah.
And basically ensuring like a 90% win rate or win chance right there. Sage, Jip goes for the trade. That's just textbook right there. You guys got to play for trade frags. You got to exploit that 2v1 advantage.
Always, always. But imagine if RoboCop was able to hit that. But granted, that was still a really solid round for ANBU. Quite expensive, but like I said, end of the day, it's all about the round points. This is a tactical shooter, and you gotta get those round points. AU, though, peeking out against a two-man crossfire there. The other guy was not able to spot out AU as he was gonna go for the exit, and now he's gonna go, hey, Sage, Craigies, give me a little bit of that heal.
I just want to point out that looking at the scoreboard for ANBU, especially, is you can notice that there are two fraggers that are a cut above the rest in terms of their fragging ability in the team.
Yeah.
Now, a reason why MOTV is leading right now is probably because 3 of the members of the ANBU squad are having difficulty trading with MOTV, which has an even scoreboard. So in terms of fragging ability, perhaps ANBU is at a disadvantage.
That could be. But we'll see, Viminal. We'll see if that actually is the case, because right now it seems like ANBU was getting a couple of frags here and there, and whew, were they shut down by Slim Chio on that rotate? He just popped out a Leer and started taking them off name by name, one by one. Shido to remain here. He gets himself a quick revive for his teammate, gets the one, gets the second. Okay, Shido warming right up with the Phoenix. No pun intended. He is burning up right here in this 2 versus 1 scenario. Peeking up down onto Hell. Can he find the man? We can only see that itty bitty orange or at the white circle. He's gonna try to get the plant down, fakes it out. He still has 15 seconds onto the clock. Can he see the man right below him, which is Slim Chio? No, denies him. Almost, Shido. Almost.
Now that was really beautifully executed by MOTV. Really valiant effort in terms of trying to go for that spike plant for Shido. However, going for that plant in default, it really blocks off your line of sight. I mean, it does block off your enemy's line of sight from you, but you also can't see what's going on around you. So he was just basically surprised. It was like, whoa, I'm here, I'm Reyna, and I'm going to kill you now. And that's what happened.
Probably also didn't hear the drop as he was maybe reloading or readjusting his scope, because there's a sound. Could have masked the sound of the
sound cue, of course.
Yeah, exactly. AU once again, this sneaky boy is able to get himself another kill off the peak onto defense on B. They do not have a revive there for RJ on ANBU. So really big thing because RJ is ANBU right now. He has 24 frags where everybody else has like about 17 below in terms of the kills. So losing
again,
RJ,
very large
very
discrepancy in
important.
terms of fragging ability. And I believe, and that's totally fine. Some teams are more comfortable that way. But I believe an even scoreboard is preferred in most cases.
Oh, Kaja finds out Slim Chio there. That's actually really, really good. No Resurrect as well on the side of MOTV. This brings it back to a 4 versus 4. Rotations coming in from MOTV. Are they able to read the movements of ANBU properly here? If Jip pops out his slow orb right now, then that would at least say that they are on A. But seeing that the barrier orb was blocked down onto A main, so stop them from rushing in onto the site, this could be good. Oh, they see it. Yeah, they see the camera. There is a big molly coming in from RoboCop here. There's the use onto the orbital strike. They're going to clear this out onto Heaven. And the question is it going to be A? No, they're just going to be pouring, rushing down onto B here, using the Cypher Cage to clear out screens. But AU just pops right in on top of Heaven. Gets the second kill. Looking back right up. Briggies from the backstab onto Tony Banks. And denies the push from ANBU. And we're already on match point.
Match
game
point,
one.
my man.
Yeah.
I mean, this is exactly what I was pointing out earlier. You have two members from MOTV, like let's say 2v4, and they could just basically frag out and take out a huge portion of ANBU's team. And that's why they are winning these rounds. They are so self-sufficient. And let's see if they can sustain their momentum. ANBU on 8, MOTV on 12. Still anybody's game because this is Valorant. Momentum shift is the name of the game. Looks like they're going for a fast A execute here.
Obviously, ANBU would need to buy up. They have no chance whatsoever. Oh, they already lose Shidope in the process there. They're going to be going in, but the slow orb is just so immense. They're going to use the showstopper onto top ramp, but it still does not find any target at all. They're just rushing it in. Kragus is shutting them down one after the other, but oh my goodness, Jip comes in onto the elbow side and eviscerates two members of MOTV. Now ANBU have control of the site. They got the spike planted down as well as the revive on Tony Banks. This is looking good right now. MOTV are in tatters. This is a 3v1 situation. They have a lot of ultimates being used. That was a huge Rolling Thunder coming out.
Oh my god,
from the
with a
breach.
3K though.
And he just gets them one after the other. And that spells game number 1 for MOTV. And you're right, Slim Chio with the 3K.
Again, the fragging ability, guys. The
Wow.
fragging ability of MOTV is just absolutely insane. Very, very well done. Very well played from both teams. Now, these two teams have been dominating the Open Qualifier so much that they have never had an indecisive victory in their match history in terms of the Valorant Pacific Open Qualifier. This is probably one of the closest match we've seen that both of these teams played out. So it just goes to show the level of skill present here.
Yeah. You know, I mean, we're just going to go back and talk to Tagalog. Like, I felt way too intense sa game.
Oh.
Yeah. So, ito na nga. Like, I have... Like, it feels na yung ginawa ng ANBU doon on their attacking side was, for a lack of a better saying, was threading the needle. Like, so many times nakita sila nagpo-push doon sa vents. And at some point, there was a weird molly being popped out by RoboCop or an ice wall by, a barrier orb by Kragus as it was being dropped down by MOTV to stop them from comfortably rotating from A papunta sa B.
I don't think there was really a lot of strategic errors. Both teams are very much aware of these common textbook strategies. They're very aware of the meta. But again, the best strategies won't do you anything if you cannot out-duel your opponents. If you lose majority of the duels, you will lose majority of the rounds. And I believe yun yung nakita natin nangyari sa ANBU. That's why it worked so well para kay MOTV.
Yeah. And MOTV, probably, like you said, you know, must
Kita-kita dito sa mga highlights eh.
Exactly.
Sobrang consistent nila. Kita-kita sa scoreboard na positive yung KD. And then, conversely, negative in KD ng most of the members of the ANBU squad. So, again, very valiant effort. Very well played from both teams, 8-13. Again, we are only in the first match of the series. This is the first match. So we're going to game 2 very shortly. But again, anything can happen.
It can happen indeed. Just look at all of these frags, Viminal. Just, oof.
Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful clutch by Robocup.
And yeah, we also, you said mo rin kanina na, there has to be someone who always refrags. And it
Right.
seems like that is what MOTV has been doing ever since. Na, you see somebody like Robocop, losing his life against one opponent. There's always going to be like Slim Chio or someone else
Right.
from MOTV who's going to try to make that an even trade. And I feel like yun yung sa mga sabi natin na capabilities din ng MOTV. They're playmakers and they're self-sufficient players all on their own as well.
Kasi ganito yun eh. Let's say mag the trade frag. Alam naman, these are pro teams. Alam nila yun. Kailangan yung trade frag, right?
Yeah.
Pero, what happens when you trade the guy who goes for the refrag also goes down by the same guy who killed you,
Yeah.
right? And that's what MOTV has been able to consistently do this round. These multi-kills.